Spot, the robot dog, reports for work. A new supercomputer takes first place. How can I improve the battery life of my electronic devices? Invent for the Planet announces winners. Stick around to find out more in this episode of News Bytes. Hello and welcome to Advanced Ingenuity Labs, your insight into technology. I'm your host, Aisha Sharif, and this is News Bytes, where we cover innovative developments in the latest technologies. For over 35 years, Boston Dynamics has been a leader in the field of robotics and are known for their quadruped robots with advanced mobility, dexterity, and intelligence. They recognized that mobility in both the natural and industrial world is best achieved with legs and wanted to build a robot that could go where people go. With the natural world around us as an inspiration and functionality as a priority, many of their robots move like humans and animals because movements over natural terrain require stability and balance. Through the years, researchers have learned that this is best achieved with legs. Robots with legs are not limited when they encounter stairs, gaps, and various obstructions, unlike their robotic counterparts with wheels or tracks. Boston Dynamics are now offering some of their commercial robots for lease or sale. The most famous is Spot, a quadrupedal robot that can climb stairs and traverse rough terrain with ease. Although Spot comes pre-programmed, it can easily be customized to perform new tasks and services. Spot is intended for industrial and commercial use and to be operated by only those who've been properly trained. It is designed for sensing, inspection, and remote operation, and has recently been deployed around the world. How can these industrial pets be utilized? Well, in the United States, a Boston hospital equipped Spot robots with iPads and two-way radios so medical staff can evaluate possible COVID-19 patients. The Ford Motor Company is using two robot dogs named Fluffy and Spot at a manufacturing plant in Michigan. Fluffy and Spot will aid in laser scanning to collect the data necessary for Ford in order to update their warehouses and manufacturing plants. The 65-pound quadrupeds will save Ford engineers time and money. Previously, employees used tripod-mounted lasers and stood in each position for up to 5 minutes in order to audit the space. This process used to take 2 weeks and would cost approximately $300,000. Fluffy and Spot will accomplish this in half the time and at a much lower cost. In New Zealand, Spot is being used to herd sheep and gather agricultural information. And in Singapore, Spot is assisting at parks by monitoring and encouraging social distancing by playing messages while also estimating how many people are in the area during peak times. As exciting as this news is, we sadly won't be able to purchase one for ourselves just yet. Instead, we'll have to wait until 2022 before a non-commercial version of Spot becomes available. In the meantime, however, we can build our own robot pets at home. A Spot Micro has been created by some of our fellow robot enthusiasts. A Redditor called the True Onion, also known as Mike, has created a Raspberry Pi-based quadrupedal robot inspired by Spot. The parts needed and a link to the 3D printed Spot microframe are available on the Raspberry Pi Foundation's webpage. The source code for this adorable little robot has been released to the public for free on GitHub. I'll place a link for this project in the description. China and the United States have been locked in a contest to develop the world's most powerful computers for decades. Now, a massive machine in Japan has topped them both. The fastest supercomputer on Earth has been named, and the winner is Fugaku. Fugaku beat the long-reigning champion IBM's Summit. Fugaku is 2.8 times more powerful than Summit, with 148.8 petaflops. Even comparing Fugaku to Summit in another metric which is used to calculate computing power, known as high performance conjugate gradient, or HPCG, Fugaku runs 13.4 HPCG petaflops, marking a huge leap over Summit with only 2.9 HPCG petaflops. Essentially, these computers are really powerful. Fugaku is using 158,976 individual CPUs based on Fujitsu's 48-core A64FX system on a chip. Fugaku is based on the ARM architecture. This marks the first time the ARM architecture has been used on a supercomputer. It has been optimized for supercomputing applications, such as technical and scientific simulations and artificial intelligence applications. Usually, ARM processors, which require fewer transistors, are cheaper, use less power, and create less heat, are regulated to the world of mobile devices like smartphones, tablets, or laptops, making Fugaku's win even more exciting. The team now plans to extend the scope of this application of the supercomputer. Some examples offered by Fujitsu include delivering efficient energy, predicting weather and environmental disasters, and even developing materials for next-generation manufacturing. Satoshi Matsuka, director of the Riken Center, said Fugaku was developed based on the idea of achieving high performance on a variety of applications of great public interest. And we're very happy that it has shown itself to be outstanding on all the major supercomputer benchmarks. I hope that the leading-edge IT developed for it will contribute to major advances on difficult social challenges such as COVID-19. With so many of us working and learning from home, our reliance on battery-powered devices is at an all-time high. We here at Advanced Ingenuity Labs would like to share with you the University of Michigan's Battery Lab test results. This information will allow you to improve and extend the life of your lithium-ion batteries while also saving you money, due to the fact that the price of batteries can run between 5 to even 50% of the price of your device. The University of Michigan's Battery Lab is a space developed by the university in cooperation with the Michigan Economic Development Corporation and the Ford Motor Company. The lab's aim is to prototype, test, and analyze batteries and the materials that go into them. They have conducted several tests to determine how to maximize the performance and longevity of lithium-ion batteries. Their study provides us with several different ways we can improve and extend battery life while preventing premature failure. So how can you improve and extend the life of your battery? When using or storing lithium-ion batteries, avoid extreme temperatures, both high and low. Elevated temperatures can accelerate degradation of almost every battery component. Heat is also a significant safety risk, which can cause fires. If you notice that your laptop or cell phone is hot while charging, unplug it, let it cool down, then try charging again. You also need to minimize exposure to low temperatures, especially when charging. In other words, leaving your laptop or cell phone in the car where extreme temperatures occur regularly is wreaking havoc on your batteries, shortening their lifespan, and can even be dangerous. How about charging and draining your battery? Care needs to be taken in order to minimize the amount of time our batteries spend at either 100% or 0% charge. Both extremely high and low states of charge stress the batteries. Consider using a partial charge that restores the battery to 80% instead of 100%. If that's not possible, make sure to unplug your device as soon as it reaches 100%. Overnight phone charging or keeping your laptop plugged in continuously is not good for the life of your batteries. Many cell phone companies even offer information for the batteries used in their products. For example, Samsung and LG suggest that their phones should be recharged when they reach 20%. Nokia and Sony mention potential damage to your phone if the device is left charging after reaching 100%. In most laptops, an internal battery management system will cease charging once the device has reached 100%, and it will not resume charging until the laptop has discharged to 95%. However, many laptop manufacturers caution against leaving a laptop plugged in after it has completed charging. What about fast chargers? Are they good for your battery? Fast chargers have stepped up and saved us on many different occasions. However, they too are damaging our devices. Using fast chargers is convenient, but will degrade a lithium-ion battery more quickly than standard charging. Also, discharging a battery too quickly will lead to battery degradation through many of the same mechanisms as overcharging. To help slow the discharge rate, it is recommended to lower screen brightness, turn off location services, and quit high power use applications on your mobile devices and laptops. Are my cordless power tool batteries excluded from these findings? No. But what a great convenience cordless power tools have been. Therefore, we need to make sure to not keep the batteries stored in the chargers or let the batteries run completely down. It is also recommended we keep our cordless power tool batteries between 0 degrees centigrade and 40 degrees centigrade when charging. Lithium-ion batteries are very complicated and are comprised of many different components, such as the anode, cathode, electrolyte, separator, and current collectors. And all of these parts are expected to fail in due time. However, this study provides us with useful tips to maintain a healthy battery life cycle. One of the major benefits of extending battery life is not only decreasing our cost, but it also reduces the environmental burden associated with the production of new batteries, including material consumption, mining impacts, greenhouse gas emissions, as well as the disposal of used batteries. In order to help reduce the unnecessary electronic waste created by devices with non-replaceable batteries, the European Union is developing a plan to mandate replaceable batteries in all cell phones. I know that I'm guilty of not following many of these recommendations, but now I'll definitely be more attentive to my battery-related habits. How about you? Let me know in the comments. Let's end this episode by congratulating this year's winners of the Invent for the Planet competition. This year, 800 students from 40 universities in 20 countries participated in the competition. Invent for the Planet is an annual competition and is hosted by Texas A&M University. The teams are tasked with finding a solution to one of the 14 challenges presented by industry leaders and academics based on the many issues affecting our planet. The first place prize was awarded to Team Corais from EFET Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. They developed an easy-to-use filter that contains magnetite, a recyclable metal that attracts microplastics. The filter will help prevent harmful microplastics from being released into our waterways. The second place prize went to a team from Texas A&M. Team Ingenuity created an inventory application that allows airlines to better prepare for passenger needs. Passengers are able to exchange unwanted meals or other amenities for airline miles. The substitutions are updated in the inventory system so the airline can make changes before departure. This will reduce excess weight and airline waste while also reducing fuel consumption and the contribution to greenhouse gases. And Team Haya Bioplastics from Makerere University, Uganda, took home the third place prize. Their invention is a biodegradable alternative to plastic packaging made from water hyacinths, which infest the lakes of Uganda. The lakes get cleaned of the invasive aquatic weeds, while the biodegradable packing material gets produced. This invention addresses both local and global issues. Congratulations to all the winners and participants of this year's Invent for the Planet. We look forward to seeing what innovations you'll bring us next year. That's it for this episode of News Bytes. If you enjoyed this video and want more, leave me a comment and consider liking and subscribing. See you next time.